This was my first paycheck working only 2 days a week at Amazon. I'm gonna be showing you guys my second paycheck, which is a little bit nicer, but I'm gonna break down the pay and a little different things before I show you guys that paycheck. I get paid $26 an hour. I'm a seasonal driver, so I'm gonna be out of here come January, and I work Sunday and Monday, which is something nice about Amazon. It gives you that flexibility to be able to do this as a second job, which I do. I work full-time at a factory. But look, I'm gonna pop up some pictures and break down pretty much this first paycheck before I show you guys that second one. And this first paycheck includes training. And training you will get paid for. Sometimes it's a full day, or sometimes it just goes hourly depending on your DSP. And a lot of this comes down to your DSP. And if you don't know, a DSP is a delivery service partner, which is pretty much the people that employ you, because you're not an Amazon employee, you're a contractor and all these little different things. But pay will vary on that, and will vary on what vehicle you're actually driving. The step van gets paid like an extra dollar or two, and also what state you're in, county, whatever, because pays varies like that too. If you get this in your van, this is pretty much a lighter load, so expect to be delivering a little bit more than this, especially this holiday season. For this first paycheck, I got 34 hours. Regular was 16 hours at 26. Overtime was 3.32 hours, pretty much at $39 an hour. Overtime is where you make the money at this job, man. And a lot of DSPs do not give it out, so you do have to either wait till the peak seasons, or certain DSPs do allow you to do that extra full 10-hour shifts depending on how many days, because most of the time they want to keep you under 5 days because they don't want full-time employees, because then that eats into their own profits. And all depends, how I said. And then training was 15 hours at $26 an hour. One quick thing, my first time I worked at Amazon, this is my third time. I've been with 3 different DSPs. The first time my training was actually at a lower rate. I think it was like $18 an hour, but the actual pay was $23.50 at the time. And the pay has gone up like pretty much every single year. And right here you guys can see taxes, man. $130 straight to taxes. You guys know how it is. It is what it is. Here is the second paycheck. Actually, I'm gonna just pop it up for you guys. $1,074 with 30 cents, man. And this is pretty much Sunday, Monday, first week, Sunday, Monday, second week, 10 hours each day, minimum at least. And that is only because of the peak season and the holiday season that we're in right now. But also sometimes, how I said before, the DSPs do bless you with some of that extra hours, or some of those extra hours, I should say. Now look, 43 hours I pretty much worked this week. 32 was regular pay at 26, and 11 hours, 11.6 hours to be exact, was $39 an hour, man. And those overtime hours, look how quick they add up, man. Just working 11 hours at $39 pretty much equal half of 32 hours at $26 an hour. You get what I'm saying? And that is pretty much my second paycheck. And that's actually insane to even just see that, man. So it definitely comes from that overtime where you will see those nicer checks, man. And this is only me working 2 days, man. The first time I did it, I was working 3 days, but like I was overworking myself because of my other job. I was so tired, and that third day, I didn't have a weekend. Like I would work 7 days a week pretty much, and I would only have a day off every other week, and that got to me. So that's why this time around I chose to only do 2 days a week, just so I can have that little extra day to rest, so I can do it longer term. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't want to wear myself out and then just be out of it completely. I'd rather just do the 2 days, get that rest day, and be able to do this for the full season. This is where the sad part comes in. The tax is $210, but it is what it is. I did take home $1,074, and then the other benefit stuff is like PTO and sick time, which we're not even allowed to use that during this peak season. So I'm pretty much just gonna get paid out all of that PTO slash sick time when I pretty much leave the company, which is gonna be on January 16th, I was told, which is only a seasonal position. Now let me talk to you guys about a few different things with this job, man. If you're thinking about doing it yourself, and what I'm planning on doing with the actual money that I'm earning from this job. First, if you're thinking about coming on for a part-time position on the weekends and you want it to be your second job, I honestly would recommend to do it if you really have no other choice and they're hiring a bunch right now. I say do it, grind it out, thug it out, but you're gonna be tired, especially if your first and main job is like physically demanding a little bit. You're gonna be freaking exhausted, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna be exhausted. But the money is decent, especially if you work those 3 days. You could thug it out for like 3 months. That's what I did the first time around. It's a nice job because it's very flexible with your schedule, man. I work Sunday, Monday. Like there's barely any jobs out there, and I've been on the hunt that will give me just Sunday, Monday. So having this opportunity is something that I definitely want to take advantage of. But I do recommend it in that sense. But I honestly would recommend to look for something else that is a little bit less draining on your body, just because you'll be able to do it longer term. Because this, it'll wear you out and you will be tired and you will end up just leaving it. And you might get paid a little bit less for another job that's less demanding physically, but you'll be able to do it longer. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of a little trade-off. Because this, you can thug it out, stack some money, and that's if that's your plan. Honestly, like a seasonal position like this, man, just get it in your head that you're about to be hustling, working hard, and you're gonna want to leave this job every single day. Because that's how I feel about this place. But it's not the worst thing in the world. Just a grind. It really is. My plans for the money that I'm making here is pretty much to treat the money like it doesn't exist. And by that I mean I'm only going to be using my main income from my factory job to do everything that I normally do, bills and my investments and all that other little nonsense that I like to contribute to, like my 401k, a Roth IRA, a little bit of crypto, pay off some debt, and just a regular brokerage account that I have on Robinhood. I have a lot of videos talking about what I invest in and my investing journey, so make sure to go check them out, all up on my channel. You're welcome to. And I'm going to continue to make those, man, and that's what I'm really grinding for right now. But these paychecks, they don't exist to me because they're only going to be used to either put into an emergency fund, pay debt off, or to invest. I can't invest in a Roth IRA no more because I already maxed out for this year, so that's freaking sick. That actually makes me really happy. Or to a brokerage account, which I don't really want to put too much in there, so this money is literally going to be emergency fund, debt, a little bit of crypto, and a little bit of my taxable brokerage account, but mostly emergency fund and debt. And I really just came to that conclusion today because I was like, Raj, I hate being here, I'm hustling, but like I want to make this money count, so I'm not gonna see it, I'm gonna ignore it. All this paycheck does not exist, man. Emergency fund and debt, and that's the plan for what I'm doing here with all these freaking packages. But those were my paychecks working here at Amazon, man. Hopefully it was informative and maybe gave you a different perspective on this job and maybe something that you might want to consider doing. But overall, man, for the opportunity and the timing, and if you're ready to hustle, it's not too bad. Just put your head down, listen to some music, and get it done. Just have a plan to do with that money, man, because if those 2 or 3 months pass by and all that money was blown on some bullshit, you're gonna freaking look back at them and be like, man, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Because we're here for freaking 10 hours delivering packages. Gotta make that money count, man. Take care.